Warning, this video may contain offensive, despicable content that may be too much for weak-hearted or childlike adults. The stark, ugly, profound truths Agent G and those associated expose may be soul-crushing to the weak of spirit. If you watch it through and blame us for the hurt feelings, don't say we didn't warn you.
You know, we can know there's a God just by thinking about it.
Ha, if thinking was your strong suit, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Edwin Conklin, one of Einstein's associates, he said, the probability of life originating from an accident is comparable to the probability of an unabridged dictionary resulting from an explosion in a print shop. Think about that.
Okay, so some guy who may or may not have directly known Einstein said some words that are ultimately bullshit. I'm not hearing your point.
There for a second. Print shop explodes. Paper, ink, bindings flying through the air. Hey look, a dictionary.
Hey look, a complete dumbass. Someone who for some reason thinks a non-organic thing, such as a dictionary, can even be compared to a complex compound of different gases and chemicals, such as the human.
I don't think so. On a molecular level, your fingernail is more complex than a library full of dictionaries. Atheism? It's kind of like a flea that doesn't believe in the dog. I don't see a dog. Well, maybe that's because you're a flea.
And then he compares us to a parasite such as the flea. If that's what Christianity does to you, makes you think that you're as low as a flea, then I'm glad that I'm atheist. But let's just entertain the thought for one moment. The flea, with as little intelligence as it has, knows that the dog is there because it uses the dog as a food source. Now, unless you say that we are on top of God, feeding on his blood and giving him diseases, this is also a garbage comparison. But for the sake of argument, let's just pretend for a second that this isn't the worst example that I've ever heard in my life. The flea sees, smells, tastes, and feels the dog. Unlike us who's never heard, seen, smelt, or God forbid, tasted the so-called God.
This isn't really all that complex. Every material thing has a beginning, a starting point, a cause. The universe is a material thing. So the universe must have a cause that's capable of starting a universe. Boom, there's a God.
You know, the biggest sign of ignorance is someone who refuses to go beyond the easiest answer, which in this case happens to be a God. Just because a chair was created by someone or a book was written by someone doesn't mean that the universe, as complex as it is, was created by some floating sky daddy.
Physicists agree that 13.7 billion years ago, there was something called the Big Bang. And we used to think that ever since the Big Bang, the universe was expanding through space and time. We know better now. We know the universe is not expanding through space and time. Check this out, this is crazy. Because the universe contains space and time.
Though I have to admit, I'm legit proud to know that you're actually learning something that is scientific. I have to tell you that you're a tad bit late on this discovery. This is something that has been thought up since the mid-1800s. So, yes, space and time are inside of the expanding universe, and outside of it is nothing. This is something that has been an idea for a very long time. With this in mind, however, this does not prove that there is a God. If anything, it more solidifies the idea that there is a Big Bang because of the fact that the universe is expanding, with time and space being inside of it. And what is the Big Bang but the idea that everything was at a singularity when there was a sudden expansion with everything inside of it?
Which means outside of the bubble of this universe is literally nothing. Not even space, not even time. I can believe that. I can believe that 13.7 billion years ago, space and time and all this exploded into literally nothing.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you the benefit of the doubt and say that you meant that everything expanded from nothing. And no, that's not the idea. The idea is that everything being at a singularity, the pressure became so great that it was forced to expand. Learn a little science before you try to dispute it.
But you want me to believe that a Big Bang could Big Bang itself? And 13.7 billion years later, rational creatures are walking around drinking cappuccinos?
Yes, that's the idea. That through the Big Bang, evolution kickstarted and everything that you see around you was created through millions and billions of years of slow processes. Now, I won't say that it isn't mind-baffling to think that all of this happened by chance or a lucky roll of the dice, but that still makes more sense to me than the idea that some all-knowing creature in the sky created all of it because he was bored one day and had nothing else to do.
Cappuccino just kind of happened all by itself? I don't think so. Listen, I don't know why there's a God instead of nothing.
Sorry, let me correct you. I believe you meant to say you don't know if there is a God instead of nothing. See, to say you don't know why is to imply that you know that there is a God out there somewhere, when in reality there is no proof one way or the other.
But I know this. If I look at a painting on a wall, I can assume there is a painter. If I hold a book in my hand, even if I can't see the author, I can assume there is one. And if I look at this universe, I can assume there is a God.
Look, on a normal basis, I wouldn't care if you were religious or not. I don't care what you believe at home. It's when you start going out there and brainwashing our children and the people that don't know better and making them believe that just because there's a chair next to you that you know a human being created, that there must be someone out there that created the universe, when in reality those two don't go together. The truth of the matter is the universe may not have a creator. I can't say one way or the other, but through the evidence that has been provided to me so far, I believe that there is no God out there. What you believe, again, is your thing. But please don't tell me that because you read a dictionary that is proof that there is a God, you ignorant piece of shit. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and as always, I invite you to share, like, or dislike, and comment on the videos, and go check out my other videos. This is Agent D, signing out.